Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 9 of Arc 2 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 7 Joel Tohr-Kreen fighter.
I'm Andrew Ovredahl. I play the human... Sorry, the music stunned me. I was like, oh god, this is so dramatic. My name's Andrew Ovredahl. I play the human bard, Flute Whimteaser, a.K.A. the Windrider.
Oh,
Jordan, you're muted.
Jordan's cursed. Jordan's cursed. He no longer...
Oh no,
he's muted.
The Black
Oh,
Mirror
no.
thing is happening to him.
Reload your clean
cursed.
feed or something.
How about now?
Oh, there
There
we
it
go.
is.
Yeah, there he is.
Case muted me.
Oh no!
I'm Jordan Dahl. I play the Moonboy, a level 7 Moonboy.
Alright, and I'm Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I, the level also 7 Artificer.
Oh, and I'm Harlan. I forget that I'm in it now. I'm Harlan. I'm the
Come on, Harlan,
GM
you're
of
making
this
me
game.
look like a fool!
I'm
You're the
everybody
main
else
one.
in this story. I'm all the NPCs.
You're
It's me.
God,
I'm Harlan.
man.
Well, after that very smooth introduction, a quick reminder, if you've ever missed an episode or you want to rewatch something or you want to get a friend hooked on Better Than Heroes, all of our episodes are available on our YouTube channel the Wednesday after the live show. So subscribe, check it out, keep an eye out for notifications. All of our stuff goes there after it's here on Twitch. And now we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Our show is brought to you.
Okay.
I thought it was there, and I couldn't think of one.
It's new, but I think it
it's-
could catch on.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's pretty
do I
catchy.
just saying the normal one?
And dragons.
How about Dragons and Dungeons?
Okay!
Got 'em. Good one.
Oh, my nose is bleeding.
We're gonna
Our
get
show
sued
is
by the
brought to you-
Gygax estate.
Yeah.
Our show is brought to you by Big Top Productions. It's
Top.
live soundtracked by Jason Wardell and directed by Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions.
Woo!
And now for last week's recap.
Alright, last time on Better Than Heroes. On the last leg of their journey to beat their enemies to the Moon Girl, the Dinger was pulled from terminal speed and found herself nose to nose with a Meridian-tracked Man-O-War. The Dinger moved to escape, but the Man-O-War gave chase and a high-speed space pursuit ensued. Eventually able to escape with some fancy maneuvers, a wary Dinger continued her journey. Malzor the Halfling rediscovered cheese after many years as a ghost jar. K.A.I began fitting Klik for a psychic machine to help express her psionic abilities. The next day, the Dinger's luck turned sweet as they came across a wrecked widower vessel, snapped in half by some mysterious force. Among other treasures was an intact Spelljammer helm, an artifact of serious value. Klik accidentally found herself psychically linked to the helm as her powers continued to expand. The crew moved their hull below decks and kicked back into terminal speed, headed toward the Moon Girl. How did the Meridian Tract find us? Is Ventress alive somehow? Will the Dinger reach the Moon Girl before our enemies? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes!
One. Nothing happened. It's
Nothing
great.
happened.
Nothing happened. So,
Last time on Better Than Heroes!
No, we did. Aaron, you nailed it.
Find out right now on Better Than Heroes!
Still doing it. Is somebody over there? Can somebody just like knock him
Yeah,
upside
no-
the head?
yeah,
Power
with
someone
cycle.
tap me
We gotta
hard
power
on the
cycle
temple.
Aaron.
it's hypnotic pattern. This is what happens with hypnotic pattern is you just do the recap. Okay. So we find the crew in the morning, rested, full health, except for Klik, which still has some off the top here. And with just one day left, going to the planet Glyph to try and find this contact of Talons. So yeah, there you are. You all are on the ship in the morning here. You can kind of do whatever you would like. If anyone has anything to accomplish this morning, you're more than welcome to. If not, the ship is just speeding along, as it seems like Leviathan has done the same thing where he kind of like let it sit for a second so he could sleep, then as it like kind of coasted along and then picked it back up and got back into terminal speed here, floating along.
Terminal jam point.
Terminal jam.
I'm gonna ask K.A.I at breakfast if he has any more of that sauce.
Yeah, I don't have any fresh sauce, but I have a little bit that I dried that we can use as a dry seasoning if you want a little sprinkle.
Sauce jerky.
I got some.
Yeah.
It's like a sauce powder
Yeah.
that could be used, you know, like a seasoning, I suppose, or you could snort it. That would be fine.
Have you ever had dried vinegar, just as an aside, like on fries or something? It's incredible.
It's just,
Like vinegar
you just
powder.
are the Moonboy, huh? Hanging out in a pickle barrel, just waiting for once it
Scottish
dries.
Moonboy.
Yeah.
Dried.
Mummy, I want some more vinegar powder.
I'm starting to hydrate.
So yeah, the powder doesn't have any magical properties, as it's quickly revealed.
It's
right?
just delicious.
It's just delicious. It just tastes great. So all of the crew is here, kind of like pops in and out. You find Cobble, Goat, Malzor comes in too, and is just like not too talkative, but chowing away on anything you put in front of him. And Goat just kind of pops in and then goes back out to the ship, and y'all are coasting along, and there's a quick boom as the ship clicks out of terminal speed, and you've been going on at that rate for about an hour or two in the morning, so it's just mid-morning right now, and it's a bit surprising to be dropped out again so quickly.
Ready tracked, one to attack.
No, you hear Goat say over the walkie-talkie, it's just an asteroid. It's a weird one, but it's just one. We can probably coast around it pretty quick.
Weird how?
It's just, it's got a lot of stuff growing on it. You want to check it out, or are we just going to keep going?
I'm sure there's nothing to be found.
Do we have like a telescope or something?
I could send Bessner.
Yes, and
You can take a look.
I'm
I'll
gonna
go up on deck.
just grab a fistful of breakfast and dash up to the deck and take a look.
Sure, absolutely. So when you pop out there, Goat has very much undersold this asteroid, as it's about a mile long, like its diameter is about a mile, and it's covered with growth. Like you can see it all throughout. As your ship is all of a sudden only about 120 feet from it, you're like inside of its gravity orbit, and it's just stopped you kind of like at this distance here, and you can see. Actually, go ahead and roll a perception check. We'll see exactly what you see. And
Anybody?
if somebody else would like to roll a nature check, you can.
I rolled a 22
I'll do a nature check. I can
on
do that.
perception.
Cool. Yeah, you do a nature check with that 22. This looks like a farm almost, or farm fields, as this asteroid is just covered in what look like organized rows of crops. There's you can see like a large creek that seems to be like cut through a couple of the fields. They're like neatly organized, and it's very like colorful.
Is that the type of thing you see from time to, like, driving around? Sometimes I'll see a farm. Is this the type of thing you see in wild space, like somebody kind of homesteading out here?
You can roll a history check.
I shall.
It's not a hard one. What'd you get on that nature check, Okay.
13. Rolled a
13?
5.
Yeah, I mean, like these look like fields of crops that are grown for food. You can tell from there, just the way they are organized. You can see like buds that almost look like corn stalks on the edge of all of them. There's some that are more like toward flat on the ground, but that have like red bulbous fruits on them. This seems like a farm of some sort.
Huh. Can we see any
11.
people? Or, like, beings?
With the 22, no, there's specifically not any things here. It's just a bunch of organized growth. What did you get, Moonboy?
11.
11? You've never seen one of these. Yeah, absolutely. Like it's kind of a oddity to see even green grass or something a lot like that growing on an asteroid.
Is this a new day from the last time?
Yes.
The Moonboy would like to kind of, look at the asteroid and sort of shuffle his feet and decide right now whether this will be a good day or a bad day.
All right.
That is a 3. This is going to be a bad day for someone.
Cool. Yeah. You
It's-
just kind of
I've,
just by looking at the stars, right? That's how you know that. It's just like gazing out,
Yeah,
trying
he
to
kind
interpret the
of
signs of the
he
world.
kind of looks beyond the meteor and kind of looks out and sees a couple of familiar twinkles that may or may not be distant moons. He that seem familiar, and they tell him like, "Be on your guard, Moonboy." That's how the moons talk, probably.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Do we normally have like fresh vegetables on the ship when we make these journeys, or is that a rarity for us?
Rarity. In fact, you haven't stopped as often as you usually do, so it is definitely a nice commodity to stumble across.
What if we hop over there, grab a few of those vegetables for the larder?
You suggesting that we pilfer?
Well, yes, I mean,
There's no one there.
Put up the trade flag. Do we have
There's
a
no
trade
sign.
flag?
There's no fence.
Is there a sign or a fence?
With a 22, no. There's there is some kind of like small what you could maybe imagine is if it like rocks lined up and around, but it's just more of just like a row of stones between the different types of fields that you can see.
Is there protocol for like trading? Like if we want some of these turnips and leeks and space roots?
Radicchios?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to
Yeah,
find someone to
thank
talk
you.
to. Like it's pretty common that if you like come across someone, you know, like a cart on the road in more traditional fantasy, that you could probably parlay with them, or like even like a farmhouse, you could probably knock on the door and
I'm
talk
just
to a
wondering if
farmer.
the captain has like a flag we can fly to say we want to trade, as opposed to we're here to jam your spells.
Sure. Yeah, I think that I've never thought about this, but I absolutely think there is a like protocol of flags to show that you are intentionally peaceful.
All right,
Jordan, we're gonna need 10 flags by next week.
They'll have different vegetables on them.
I just drew a whole bunch of flags. I need to crowbar this into this session.
We fly the carrot flag.
They're gonna pull my grant. Okay. Captain, throw up the trade flag. Let's go get some radicchios and broccolini.
In fact, Goat will handle this. She kind of like looks around and looks at you all. She's like, oh, okay. And
I'm loath to turn down fresh vegetables for anyone. But aren't we in a hurry?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, hey, supplies mean the difference between death and survival out here in wild space. We could, who knows? There could be powerful trinkets aboard this.
Just jump off the ship, grab an armful, jump back on the ship.
It's 10 minutes. What's the problem? Let's go grab a Sprite. We'll be back. Lick to
yeah,
spit.
you would. Those look delicious, says Talon, the old little kobold, like all of a sudden standing next to you all, and you didn't know she was there.
Cobble,
She's just like
Cobble.
leaning.
Cobble.
Is
Yeah.
it Cobble or Talon?
What? No, it's Cobble.
said
Sorry,
Talon.
did I say Talon? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, my brain today.
Oh, calling your
Reveal, they're the
children
same.
by
Are they the
color
same
names.
person?
I always knew, Talon.
He's weaving a narrative. He's Bungie.
The old double herring.
Yeah.
It's not just my favorite sandwich. It's not just a banned sandwich.
I think the Windrider, having tasted the dried sauce this morning, doesn't know that he doesn't have 20 temporary hit points, and so he's like really.
I explained to you.
rearing to go.
Let it be known. I told you.
We all watched as he explained.
Cool. So you're good with kind of like directing the captain to steer the ship over there.
Let's do a drive-by.
Yes, get me close enough. I'll drop down on a rope.
Cool.
Does it look like anything lives here? Are there any animals or creatures that are going to tear us in half?
I mean,
perhaps?
you did a nature check, and that was like
that's
kind
right.
of
I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't. Kind
I
of give you
didn't see
anything too much
anybody.
more.
It looks very safe.
Yeah, you can do well, no.
No, I did a nature check.
Yeah. So I know I was trying to be nice, and I was like, no, that's right. So yeah, you float the ship about 30 feet off of the ground here as you get closer, and now you can see that there's like quite the stream that you saw is like moving quickly and just has a shimmer to it. It looks like there might be fish inside of it. There's these rows of like stalks that have different colors of what kind of like looks like something between a banana and corn on them, and they just the field just goes for a very long way.
Banana
And
on the cob.
Disgusting. Banana corn. Let's keep moving.
Nothing but banana corn.
Acres and acres.
and
I'm going to, whether he knows it or not, the Moonboy, after a night of strange dreams, distant lunar scapes, and strange animals that he half remembers, whether he knows it or not, he is casting a spell. You guys might, those of you with very high passive perception, might notice something moving under his hat, but he doesn't seem to notice it.
what is the spell?
Conjure elementals.
I'm sorry, that is a casting time. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you have it
Right, that's
now.
why I'm
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
it now.
Yeah. I love it. So yeah, it does. Like the ship can take a second. So yeah, you begin this casting, and yeah, I mean the ship floats down. It can't land on the physical ground because you can't seem to find a water source big enough. It would take a little bit of searching for that. Or at least you don't see one visibly right now. But so you can either like pop down or I don't know, however you all want to approach this. But the ship cannot land on the ground because there is not
Yeah.
I think
Throw down a
Lightning.
rowboat.
I think legit, like, just kind of jam into like a 20-30 foot above the ground situation, and we go down on a rope,
Cool. Yeah, I love
You
that.
can
Yeah,
also
Or
fly.
if there's like an embankment it can pull up next to.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
and I'll obviously just fly.
The ship can kind of like it's just kind of like coasting through the top of some of these plants here, the stalks, looking for a place to land. Do you want to? Let's have Flute. Let's have you do a investigation check to kind of like find a good spot here.
I'm terrible at it, so that'll be
Can I help
an
with
8.
that?
Sure. Yeah, you can roll one too.
I'm good at investigation.
Sure.
I rolled a 19, baby.
19. Yeah. You absolutely can find this kind of like cliff face that is big enough to like put the ship up against.
Great.
It's not very far. It's just like it's about like 20 feet tall, so the ship's like 20 feet off the ground right now, and so you can just kind of like get up next to it there.
You can just put down a plank.
Cool.
Sweet.
Do an intelligence check real quick.
Who?
Kai.
Me?
Kai. Yep.
Just a regular intelligence check. Dirty 20.
When the plank is set down, like I imagine like you were kind of directing this because you helped this check. So when you find the spot, you and Goat go over there and throw down a plank off the side of the ship. And when the plank hits the ground, Goat doesn't think anything of it. She kind of like turns around and goes to like find some more rope to moor the ship right here as it's hovering. but you notice that when the plank hits the ground, there's just a little bit of a ripple that makes you think that maybe that there is magic, an illusion magic that is like presenting itself in some way, but you can't quite tell. That it just like hits the ground and there's just like a ripple, and you're like, "Ooh, this feels off."
I cast detect magic.
All right.
My eyes glow.
Does that have a casting time? I'm gonna find out real quick. Or you're not ritual casting it. You're just.
I'm just casting it.
Cool.
I think it just takes one action.
Yeah. Cool. With that, there is magic in every direction within 30 feet of you. All of the ground is illusion magic.
Are these places covered with illusions? Let's boogie. Let's not do this.
Well,
Illusion farm. It's all
Klik looks
illusions.
longingly at the fish in the stream.
I'm sorry.
And, says, "All right, Captain, we gotta get out of here."
well, hang on. Oh, it is. It's an illusion. Hang on, I've got an idea. The Moonboy kind of jumps up to the edge of the ship here, of the dinger, and he's going to cast Dispel Magic.
Okay, great, absolutely. So you,
Choose
at
one
what
creature,
level?
object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check, blah, blah, blah. Is it a spell of 4th level or higher?
I don't know, Jordan. What level is hallucinatory terrain?
That's a good question. That spell
believe it's
is
4th
4th level.
Okay.
Son of a gun. Okay, for each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So
Okay,
14?
so you have a DC 14 check here to roll the dice and add your spell casting modifier.
Which would be just wisdom, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's wisdom.
It's a wisdom ability check.
Yeah. So yes.
Okay.
Yep. 17.
Nice.
All right, that does it. With that, Moonboy, you walk over. There's a little rumble in your hat, and you cast this spell, and there's this soft glow off from you, and when the spell hits the ground, it just... boom, the ground completely just changes. It just like... It's like the fader is drawn down, and there is nothing but rock underneath of it, just dry, barren rock. And you see a piece of the rock start to split right by where you cast that, as if like an earthquake is forming. And as it starts to pull, but there's no rumble, but as it starts to pull apart, you just see a white flash from the light that is coming off of the ship into the crevice, and there quickly you see teeth start to show themselves as this
Punch it,
crevice.
Captain.
Damn it!
And with that, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative here. And
No, we are not. We're going to jam away. Damn.
Case, if you want to roll, if you want to show the little video of what they see here.
Whoa!
Here's
I
a
will
video.
Go ahead and
Video?
I will show you all as well, kind of what you see.
I'm watching the Twitch.
here. Well, I'll show you what you see, and then I will set up our map right afterwards, as you all did it a bit different.
Where
So
are
I
you
have to,
showing
if you open Roll20, I will have it for you very soon.
Oh, okay.
I just
Gruesome.
have
We
to-
kind of encountered something like this once without the
Grab a
Okay.
Slayer.
without the illusion magic. I would also like to take this moment to say that as he casts this, as this ripple of moon magic flits out from him, you guys see popping out from under his hat the snout and face of a weird little moon bat.
Oh!
And, it has big, strange eyes like the Moonboy, and it has a kind of a lantern, like a appendage, like one of those deep sea fish, as though to catch things in deep darkness. You know those things that light up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cute.
And
A
it
lure.
kind of tumbles out of his hat into his hands, and he goes, "Oh, whoa, weird. And it flaps into the air, and then boip, 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 from out of his hat and under his clothes. He's like, whoa, ow, whoa, ah. And 7 more of these little bats come out, and they are effectively 8 elementals of 1/4 challenge rating.
Oh boy, I
that are
love it.
under my control, baby.
You just have a gang of elemental bats. I love that so much.
And he's like, whoa, cool. It's you guys. I think I saw
Hello.
it in a dream.
Ah!
I'll name you. Chastain.
Elvira
It
and
looks like a
Gallifrey.
loaf of bread
Elvira.
with teeth.
Frimpus.
Yes, if you take a peek at the Roll20 board. Sorry, that took me a second.
Ah.
But here is the
Oh, yeah.
the kind of quickly out of nowhere this thing appears. But I'm gonna have to
Horrible
make it
thing.
a little bit bigger here for you all. We're gonna just make it nice and actually what size it is as we go.
Thank you.
I don't want to.
Yep. Oh no. Roll20 does not like it when I make big maps. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's being sassy to me.
It's being sassy today. Sometimes Roll20 is sassy. I love it though, because I just want it to do its own thing. So there we go. As you fly away from this, it's bigger than this, but just for the representation of this game to not make Roll20 super mad at me, I'm gonna leave it here. And you see this actual asteroid just split a line in it and a mouth open from it. And can we get some initiative going? If you've rolled, you can throw it for me.
15.
Sorry, I got Andrew, you're so on top. I love it. Cool.
22.
15 there. K.A.I, you got a what?
22.
22. Klik got a 7. All right. And Moonboy?
14.
14. All right. So I'm gonna roll for Goliathan as well for when the ship can move here, and that is going to be not great. So, all right, makes a big difference here. So first up, K.A.I, you are up first in the initiative order.
All right, I will whirl around and throw down my gardening supplies begrudgingly and take off my sun hat.
With the little broccolini on
I
it.
do not have time to remove my apron. To doff my apron. But I will use my bonus action to cast Arcane Weapon and draw in fiery energies into my arm, and I will blast the guy. Blast him.
Blast
Okay.
that guy.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, you all can put yourself anywhere you want or think you would be on the ship. I just kind of have your tokens on there. So,
Let's sort of move over, stride over to the railing. Oh.
okay.
Oh.
What'd you get on this attack?
I rolled a 2. 13. Nope. 11.
11. Yeah, with 11, you miss as you shoot right at the ground, and you're thinking that this planet is it seems like there's some sort of like sentience to it as a mouth is opening. You can just shoot at the ground, but when you hit the ground, the mouth doesn't seem to twitch or react at all. It does not seem to be affected in any way, even though you shot the spell into the ground.
I recalibrate and you make my second attack.
Okay. Absolutely shoot that shot.
That's much better. 23.
Okay, that absolutely hits.
Oh my god.
What happened?
So bad. The worst damage roll. Double ones. Okay. That is 8 lightning damage and 4 fire damage.
Okay, cool. So, 8 lightning damage, 4 fire damage. Yeah, it takes that full damage. So 12 points off there. And when you shoot at it this time, you shoot more into the mouth, and at it just like hitting the mouth itself seems to actually be able to damage it. As it hits there, and you see as this maw is opening, it kind of like shakes it a bit, and it does take damage from
You
that.
better rethink it, mister. Don't you do it.
The apron on.
Not
The
today.
apron, that's what I was gonna say. Like you fighting in the apron is so good.
It's very good. And it can easily be added to the picture I already have of him.
I'm just picturing you in your
In
defense, like armor with also
Yeah, with an
an
apron
apron
on.
around it. It's
The
cute.
apron just is battle K.A.I. That's great. Okay, Flute, you're up now.
That's the key.
Cool. Does this creature appear to be made of stone for the most part?
You can do an insight check.
A freebie?
Oh,
Yep.
dude.
Freebie.
Oh, terrible. I got a 6.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely, the asteroid is definitely made of stone, for sure.
Okay. I'm going to pull a chip of mica out of my components bag, and I'm going to cast Shatter at the 3rd level at it. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw,
Okay.
and my spell save DC is 14.
Okay, it succeeded. Yeah, I got a 15.
Okay,
So,
so I will
yeah.
take half of this. Oh, if it's made of stone, crystal, or metal, it has disadvantage on that saving throw.
Okay, its body is made of stone. It seems like at least this like asteroid is made of rock, but the damage that you need to do to it is its mouth. So, and its mouth is not made of stone.
Okay.
So, you know.
The half damage it takes is 9 thunder
Alrighty.
damage.
Alrighty, yeah, but it still takes, as it kind of like rattles its teeth, you can see like one of them loosen a bit, and like just like blood start dribbling down in its mouth, and you just hear from within like a just this like moan from within.
No.
Then
And-
bonus action, I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Relic sitting at the ballista.
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. You hear him go,
great
"What's going on? I can't see from here. I'm just on. I'm attached."
I'm like, I think we're gonna need you in this one, Relic.
Oh, all right, cool. I'll shoot it. He says, like kicking the ballista around. You see Goat running over to his side to start maybe loading things into it, and loading ballistas into the ballista, and that's going to bring up Moonboy.
Okay, the Moonboy is going to leap into the air and burst into his starry form with the constellation of the Archer shining brightly upon his form. I will be casting Guiding Bolt on this thing's mouth
All right.
to hopefully get some of that dang darn advantage going.
Take that shot at him, yeah. As this thing is just like, you can see the mouth is getting wider and wider, and it's just like almost the size of the ship now in length, as you can start to see the edges of the lips like crest either side of the ship that you can see as the thing just continues to open. And
That is a
moan.
10 to hit.
10 misses. As your guiding bolt, again, just like, yeah, as you're aiming toward the mouth, but it hits like outside of the lip and just slams into the ground of it, and it doesn't seem to
How about
be
a
able to do
14?
damage. A 14 also misses as another shot just like smashes into this. It seems like it's like armored all over except for its mouth.
Okay, so the Moonboy, having used both his bonus action and his action, kind of flies to the edge of the ship, and I assume you want me to make the elementals go on my turn?
Yes, I think it says that specifically in the spell.
It doesn't. It says that you have to roll an initiative for them, but I figured for simplicity I would just make them go right after me.
Sure. Let's moving forward. Let's put them in initiative, but right now we can just have them go at the same time as you.
Okay.
Sure.
I can also roll right now if you want.
No. Do it. Let's do it.
Okay. They are going to fly forward. I'm using the steam method block for them. He's going to kind of fly forward and voicelessly point forward, and this weird legion of tiny bats flies up and one at a time in a streak of moonfire fly toward this thing's mouth, and they are going to each of them kind of aerially unleash the interesting. These little lasers of moonfire, They have to get within 15 feet. Can they do that?
Yes, they can get within 15 feet. You all are 30 feet from it right now, 20 feet from it right now. So if you are, I'm gonna
They
say,
have
you know
a
what?
they have a 30-foot fly speed, so they're gonna fly half that direction, and each of them is going to unleash these kind of these scorching rays of moonfire into its mouth. And I will need wow, I will need that creature to make 8 dexterity saving throws.
Okay, cool.
Oh, boy.
Let's whoops. I'm gonna
just
put
gonna
this
use
in
the
I'm
app
gonna
to
put
roll
the
this
thing so it's
damage.
under you, so that you know that you guys are right next to it here. I'm just gonna put it 20 feet away from you on the map, but you know that it's kind of like under you, 20 feet away as well. So let me. Oops, sorry, Case. I'm messing with things, and it's not going great. Hold on just a second. Let's come on,
Is
Mr. Dude.
blur? Can anybody give me the details on the spell blur?
Yeah. What do you need to know?
Hang on.
Is it a bonus action? Is
I
it
can
an
do
action?
it. Someone who's not
Okay.
the DM can do it.
It's an action.
Great, thank you. All right, I'm gonna put it right here.
So roll 20.
And what is your? Goddamn, I just rolled so hot. I had 5 successes and 1 failure. It's 6, right? Or is it 8? Saves. 8. Okay, I had 3 failures and 5 successes. So
Wow.
you can roll
Okay.
that many. So this
So
is
it's going to
the
take-
steam breath effect. So it had to. So you can roll 4d8.
Hang on a second, I'm rolling it.
Oh no, you're right.
Okay,
You roll
so-
8d8.
So you're gonna take 15 damage, straight damage, and then you are going to take.
Oh, I see
Where's
how
my
you're doing
dice
it. That makes
roller?
sense.
6, roll and then you're going to take. What's half of 33 is 15, 16.
You round up, so yeah, it's 16.
16,
Or
so you'll
17.
take an additional 16. So you're going to take 30 damage all told from these
Nice.
little flitting.
But yeah,
And
it's 15. It's 15 and 17 because you round up, so I take 32 points of damage.
32
yeah,
points. Cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm going to use, since I use half of their movement to go in, they're going to kind of do like an aerial and use 15 to get back out.
Moonboy has an air force now. Is that what it is? Just a tiny little.
It's more of a
moon?
space force, really, but yeah.
They're communicating to each other Star Wars style.
Yeah.
Roger, Rod later.
And gold later.
Later.
Absolutely. Kai, I just want to say, but like canonically, your language ability just like lets you hear these little squeaks turn into like little coordination things that sound
Totally.
like an armada, like
They're
communicating
actually
with
quite
each
good.
other.
It's
Under protocol.
terrifying.
And that's going to bring up Talon's turn, who is also going to cast Shatter.
Target acquired.
And
Moon Force is very good.
Moon Force.
Moon Force, there
Force
it is.
Moon.
Force Moon.
On the Force Moon of Endor.
Yeah, okay.
so
Now we got
Talon is
universes
going to
colliding.
Talon is going to step forward with the crew here, and she is going to walk right up next to Flute, and she is going to say like, "Good call," and you just see her arm, her mechanical arm, like whir, and you almost see a bit of wind like rush through it, and she's going to cast Shatter at the 5th level, and so she is going to roll 5d8 here, which is going to be it's going to be 23 points of damage.
Oh, so
to
she's
it if
so she's
she-
casting it at the body part. I see.
She casts it at the. She's casting it through her arm down into the mouth. You see the spell kind of like
Oh,
fly
okay.
down in there, and it gets down inside of its mouth, and just you hear a boom as it does that damage, and a couple of teeth like break apart. And she looks at you all, and she's like, "In the mouth, in the mouth!" As she just shot that Shatter spell down there as well. It failed its Constitution saving throw.
Shatter the mouth.
And that is going to bring up the being, as it's going to try and...
It's going to leave us alone?
Yeah.
Is it going to rethink
Going
its
to
position?
flee?
You guys
I
didn't
love
like
that
my
it's
plans?
just like a Gravis layer in a candy shell.
Where do we find all of the maws to face?
Hey, look, if there's a
Space is full of
maw,
mouths.
if there's a maw, we'll find it.
That's going to be a 28 to hit, and Andrew, it's going to bite into the ship. So if you could just keep track of this damage for the dinger, that would be great.
Starting with
give you
250.
Yeah, starting with 250. But it is going to take. I'm going to tell you exactly how much damage in just a tiny little second, because I accidentally mixed my dice back together, even though I set them out beforehand. That's what thing I do to prep monsters, is I set all the dice out for their attacks beforehand, but I accidentally mixed them back in today. So it's going to take 47 points of damage as it just moves, like this mouth is split open and moves forward and just whoops on like shark, megalodon shark style, like latches onto the front of the ship, and you hear over the walkie-talkie just a "oh damn it" from Goliathan, as you know he's experiencing pain from the 47 points of damage. And Andrew, let's have you roll a d20, and you can add 3 to it for a dexterity saving throw from the ship. Or I'm sorry, Constitution saving throw from the ship.
I would just like to add
7?
Yeah.
So as this big creature comes up and bites onto the ship, it is now holding onto it. You can feel the ship kind of like tug against it, and it has its teeth like into the sides of the ship.
I'd just like to go ahead and mention this is the first time that Harlan has not had me draw the monster we were going to encounter, which was a very shrewd move on his part. Cunning. Genius. To not let me know about the monster beforehand.
Well, this one is actually a rock that Joshua Smith, who does our maps, did before. And when I found this stat block, I hit up Josh. I was like, "Hey, could you just put a mouth on one of those rocks?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." So
He already had
Mouth that
one.
for me.
every
Hey, excuse me, do you do mouths?
boy, look at that mouth. He definitely does mouths. It was a
Of course he does.
great mouth. Yeah.
As a guy who draws monsters a lot, we definitely do mouths.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, this thing is now holding onto the ship, so it is no longer 20 feet away. So I'm gonna put it under the ship right now.
A lot of maws in
And
space.
It's now gonna be Goliathan's turn. So you can make that Constitution saving throw again.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Case, our wonderful producer, reminded me that it's not Goliathan's turn, it is Klik's turn.
Nice.
Cool.
So look at that. Thank you very much, Tiger Moon
Catch.
Productions.
Yes.
Not
So-
only, yeah, go for it.
If the mouth is grabbing onto the ship, is shooting into the mouth not an option at this moment?
No, you can still. It's so big that there's plenty of space between the teeth and kind of like in the extra parts of the mouth to get down.
There's
in
enough
there.
mouth to go around.
Great.
That is
Enough mouth to
upsetting.
go around. Yeah.
And then some.
Sorry.
I just saw it in full Terry Gilliam horror in my mind.
I will use my bonus action to use my Chatkcha's Power of Promise. And I will mark this rock as my quarry.
Hey, get it? I like it. Hey.
Rock Hunter.
And
Quarry rocks.
then Rock Hunter. This looks so gross with the ship underneath. Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's a maw.
And then I will try and chuck the Chatkcha down into, like, in between the teeth and into the mouth. And hopefully back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, there's kind of like, you can tell there's a lip of some sort. There's no actual physical lip, but just like the change between rock and flesh is there, like in and around the teeth. It's more like gum to rock. So you can throw that Chatkcha in there if you want to roll that d20 and tell me what you get.
That is a 25 to hit.
25 absolutely hits.
Heck
You know.
yeah.
Yeah. 5. That is 11 slashing damage.
Okay, cool.
And I'll use Psionic Force and throw another D8 behind that.
All right.
What is it? Is that even what it's called? Telekinetic Strike. Excuse me.
Yeah,
There
so
we
yeah,
go.
as you throw it down there.
Force.
That's another 6, so 17 total damage on that attack.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as you throw your Chashka down there, it almost like picks up a burst of speed with this psionic force behind it, and it just smashes into the gums of this thing, and there's just like a small like explosion of blood and tooth, and then your Chashka comes back to you right after that.
I will catch it, shake some of the guts off of it, and send it in for a second attack.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
That is a 26 to hit.
All right, look at you, Klik. Absolutely, yeah.
She's rolling, not critting, but
yeah.
rolling. 5. Ooh, that's a good roll.
Right.
So this one is hello, scroll please. Sorry. 15 slashing.
15 slashing damage to it. Okay, all right. Absolutely. And that, yeah, so yeah, this on this second hit, again, like now that you've seen, you can like tell where the barrier is, you're focused in on there. You know this is like the key to finding a big thing is just hammering its weak spot. And so you can just throw this Chashka down there twice and there's boom each time. And yeah, you want to do anything else in your turn? As you
That's
just
my turn.
successfully
That's
beat this thing up.
as good as I can do.
All right, so next up is Goliathan, and Relic is in the initiative order. He just rolled a 1 on initiative, so he's just after Goliathan here.
Got a 19 on that con save.
Okay, cool. All right, with a 19, that's what you needed. So you're high enough to, with this damage that it's taken, you feel the ship push itself, and that's going to be its action. So this thing might get to grab onto the ship again on its turn, but it is at least now free as the ship pulls up and a couple of the teeth just like crack off, and it has taken enough pain that it just loosens its jaw for a bit, and the ship is now up and just 5 feet from this thing currently. And I am gonna say it's able to tip itself just enough so Relic can get a shot, just because I want to give Relic a shot. I think I fully flipped teams on him, and now I want him to hit all the time.
You are pulling for him. I kind of am too.
He's got the 1d8 Bardic Inspiration.
He does.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a little bit of cover. I'm going to give it half cover because he can't quite get that full shot down in there. Just so you all know I'm not being nice to you. And then I'm going to roll an attack here.
It's always important to keep your friends on their toes.
He got a... So I am going to roll the inspiration because... Well, I'm not sure. I'm not supposed to... You're supposed to decide about Bardic Inspiration before you know if it hits or not, right?
No, you can just roll it and add, I believe.
You can roll
an
it.
attack.
Yeah, I mean,
ability
it's
check.
before the DM tells you whether it hits or
Yeah.
not.
Right.
Is it?
I think that's the rule, right?
Yeah.
Some of them
Okay,
specify,
so-
and some of them don't.
Some of
Andrew,
that stuff.
Andrew, I'll let you make this call then. I got a 17 on the dice for Relic. Do you want him to roll Bardic Inspiration for that or not?
I mean, this thing's huge. Its armor class can't be
17's
that high.
pretty good.
I would say just take it.
Okay, with the 17, that hits exactly. And so he does this D8 of damage, or 2d8 of damage here, and that is going to be 9 plus 3 is going to be, or plus 1 is 10 points of damage as the ship tips just a little bit. Oh my God, Jordan, what have you done?
Awesome.
What have you done? Send that to Case immediately.
This
What
is
does it say?
Kai. It says kiss the construct.
Kiss the
Kiss
construct.
the
I love it.
Oh my God.
Um,
Yeah, so Relic is able to get a shot, and he he turns the ship a little bit. The ballista hits down in there, the bolt from the ballista, and down into it. And you see him look over, and you guys are kind of like paying more attention to Kai's apron than you are of him hitting the shot. But Goat is quickly like, Relic, got one, she says, and like pats him on the back a little too hard. So it is going to...
That's the first time he's hit in weeks.
So long.
Like,
Okay, so
probably
I put
2
that.
months.
But yeah, you're
Picture
right
in the
about
Dropbox.
they can do it after they roll the attack, but they have to do it before they find out if it hits.
Cool. I think you're officially in charge then if it's close. I will tell you. You get to make the call for NPCs about bargains.
So that was correct, though.
Yeah, we did that right.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's going to bring you to the top of the order here. It's going to be K.A.I.
All right, I'm going to lean over the side and blast again. Blasty
All right.
blast.
Go take that shot.
All right, 21.
21 hits.
Okay.
As you know, you step over the side, lean over there again. The thought of all the fruits and vegetables just fading from your mind.
The
as
rage.
The ship, with maybe 20 more holes in it, and holes about the size of a human arm, thicker than that, in spots, all throughout the side of the ship. You can lean over and shoot that shot. And what'd you get, damage-wise?
I got 14 lightning damage and 5 fire damage.
All right, cool.
I'm going to make a second attack.
All right, and now that it's your turn, Kiss the Construct is up on screen, lying in the apron, in his battle cook mode.
That's better than the last one. That's going to hit 2.
Yep.
Battle cook. Oh, so bad. It's so bad. 7 points of lightning damage and 2 points of fire damage.
All right, man, you rolled so high on the first one and so bad
Really?
on that one.
Yeah.
But
two.
both still hit. It's kind of like getting harder for you to get a good meaty shot. In this, as you can maybe tell, the mouth is like closing to protect itself a little bit, but it's still moving for you all to hope to try and grasp on again. And if you want to do anything else, you can, but if not, that's going to be Flute's turn.
Is anybody hurt? I can't heal the ship, can I?
Nope.
All right. I am finished.
All right, cool. And that's going to bring... Yeah, so that's going to bring up Flute. Oh my god, Jordan, that's so funny.
I can't
Maybe you could
touch
drop
this
some
thing
food in
currently,
its
right?
mouth.
It's too far below us.
The ship is like 20 feet from deck to bottom. So 25. So you would have to kind of like go down a rope or something, but you can't like touch it where you are standing on deck now.
That's okay. I'm going to hum this very discordant tune and cast dissonant whispers at the 3rd level.
Okay.
So this mouth rock has to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Mouth rock.
It failed. You got an 11.
Okay, so it's going to take.
It's a great
Whoa.
move.
Holy shit. It's going to take 32 psychic damage, and it has to use
What?
its reaction to literally move up to its speed away from us.
Wait.
Woo!
How is it taking 32 points?
I cast it at the 3rd level, so I got to add 2 more d8, so it's 5
Oof,
d8.
duh.
And I rolled an 8, an 8, a 7, a 6, and whatever else I would need to
Wow.
do that.
Yeah.
damage.
Sure.
You just rolled
Disgusting.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
What was
Look
the
at that.
spell?
Dissonant
Dissonant
whispers.
whispers.
Damn, that's a
Okay.
hell of a whisper. What'd you tell it, man?
It's just like
it
a
up.
ugly tune.
Chat is
whispered
rooting
it's-
for you to hum the actual tune. So if you,
No,
if
are
guys
you kidding?
hum-
It would make all of our ears bleed.
Yeah.
You did 32 damage.
Yeah.
How much HP do you think I have, chat? 16 tops.
16 tops. Yeah, we're all commoners, man. It's like 4.
Oh
So,
no,
and then-
you're right.
Can I say something in the Rocky Talkie as part of my action?
With a roll like that, 100%. Go for it.
Cool.
can do
As the
whatever
thing
you
is
want.
using
Whatever
its
you want.
reaction to fly away, I did get on the Rocky Talkie and be like, Goliathan, now get us out of here.
Jam!
Okay, cool. Yeah, and yeah, it's just it does it. It's on its turn. That's when it moves away, right? Yeah, okay.
No, it has to use its reaction now to move away.
Reaction now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you see this thing just like the mouth rumble and like almost like quiver, like quivering cartoon lips, and it shuts.
No.
Is it fleshy, Harlan?
Ah, God damn it!
It has to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Is it mouthing cursed words? Wah
no,
wah wah.
In fact, the mouth shuts itself, and you see this asteroid, like someone pushing off of a wall, just start to float away from you all and move away from you in space. So yeah, it moved 30 feet. It moved 30 feet, and from you all. And I'm gonna make it a little smaller, for distance, size, scale.
Interesting.
And Moonboy, it's your turn.
Okay, great. The Moonboy is going to do that same thing. I think I'm gonna... as long as we're popping off high-level spells here, Guiding Bolt is 2nd level, but this time, I think it's a 3rd level. Oh, no, I can't. Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, we're going to roll that spell right now.
Yeah, so cool. You can step up to the side there, and as all of you on the ship are just kind of leaning over the edge to get your shots in, and moving back and forth.
17?
This thing moves away, and a 17 hits exactly. With this,
Nice.
as you see the mouth start to open up again, as it's like protecting itself, but like opens back up to think about that bite, and that bolt goes right in there.
Okay, so it is going to
let me know
take...
that damage.
Oh, you show me. Oh, jeez. So it's going to take 11 damage from the initial blast.
Okay, cool.
46 higher levels. When cast using a spell, if the damage increases by 1d6, so maybe we can get a 6 on it. Let's see. Nope, that's an additional 1. Take that. So 12 damage total. The next attack will have advantage on that. I am going to also roll as he fires this off. The constellation of the Archer flashes, and a little unstable moon shoots out of him, and also rockets down that horrible fleshy gullet.
You get this like follow-up damage from the hit.
25
that hits
to
as well.
hit, and that is going to be 1d8. Plonkus, come on! 2 damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this bolt comes out of you, goes down in the mouth, kind of like explodes almost, and you see that inside of its mouth now is just like lit up with this moon energy, and you can see all of its teeth are backlit right now, and this like tiny little moon, it's like extra damage, just like goes and slams into one of the gums here, and it's now just like. In the backlighting of this moon light that is inside of it, you can see it's just like bleeding from many sides of it.
Gingivitis.
Yep.
And
it's almost like throwing a glow stick down a well too. When you shoot this bolt in there, is that you can see there's lots of blood like filling up the mouth of this thing.
And these lunar bug catchers, these strange little lantern bats.
Oh yeah, your bats.
Oh yeah, these fuckers. Shoot down into those teeth, and are almost like friggin' like swirling in and out of the teeth here as they shoot off once again.
Jason, that's amazing. Listen to the little Jason's
Attack.
bat noises, moon bat noises right there. So good.
good.
Jason worked out with everybody on the synth.
And let me just make sure that these methods don't have that I don't have some kind of cooldown on that attack.
You do. It's a recharge of 6, so you have to do claw attack. You can either roll 8d6 right now, and you can do that many attacks. But to keep it simple, let's just have you do the claw attacks.
Okay, let's do claws.
Cool. So just
It's
roll
gonna be melee
8d20
Okay.
on your dice roller and tell me how many are over 7.
Over 17.
17. Sorry. Yeah.
Sure. So this attack would be.
Can't say numbers right tonight.
Jeez, what is it?
It's +2.
One of them's gonna get a advantage on it.
Yeah.
Ah, that's true.
So just roll 8. Yeah, just roll 8 or 9
Dang it.
d20 and tell me how
Okay.
many hit.
Okay, here it comes.
So you need a 15 for it to be a success.
Fix bayonets.
It's this just like crowd of little bats that are all glowing throughout their whole body.
So that's
just this, like,
4.
white little light.
And then the one that gets advantage, critted.
Okay, cool. So roll. Look at that. Since all the damage does the same, 4 and then 5 and then 6. So let's have you roll 6d8. No, I'm sorry, 12d8.
Really?
Yeah, because it's 1d4 slashing damage and 1d4 fire damage, because if we're basing them off of the steam methods. So I'm just going to say this like lunar, fire energy.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if you had 5 that hit and one of them critted, that would be basically 6 hits. So you can roll 12.
Hit
D4.
1d4 slashing damage plus 2d4. Oh, no, wait,
No,
plus
no,
1d4 fire.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay, I see. I understand. Are you sure it's 12? That seems like an awful lot.
I promise. If I'm wrong,
Okay.
it's only going
12d4?
in your favor. So
All
you
right,
can go
man.
for it.
All right, here we go. $55 damage.
Okay. With that,
On 12d4? Oh my god.
yeah. So you
Sorry,
double
that
check
was-
that.
Oh, yeah,
12.
no, I thought you said... Yeah, okay.
12d4. Yeah, did you
Okay,
roll
that's
12d4?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
7,
It's
8,
like,
9.
holy
I
cow.
was like, oh my god.
Hang on, here we go. 12d4. 34 damage.
Okay.
Still.
Still great.
Still super high. Yeah, don't worry. That still does it, as these
Yeah!
this cloud of bats just goes down into the mouth of this thing, and you just hear a gurgly moan come up.
Oh,
It's just like-
no. Oh, no!
all of a sudden, the mouth
Now
just
I
goes
feel
slack.
bad.
It goes
Feed 'em the
slack.
bats, boys.
And, yeah, these stellar, these like lunar bright bats come out just all covered in blood. Just come out as
Just
a
shooting out
crowd
of its...
Yeah.
Pores
They're
and
all just
such.
panting and like want to be pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Poor
Did
guys.
very good.
And Talon looks at you all and goes, "Holy shit, a murder!" She's like, "How do they say it? Murderoid?" That's it. She's like that. Or I always don't know if to put the S in there or not. But that was a murderoid. I've heard of those things.
Murderoid.
And
Yeah.
Murderoid.
with
Oh,
that,
that's my
Oh
that's my
my God.
hardcore band.
yeah,
Murderoid.
Oh, I bet you anything. There's a murderoid.bandcamp.com.
For sure.
At
I
that-
guarantee the guy who was the front man is now a weird QAnon guy.
If not, and they're super nice for bringing them on the dungeon and talking to them about their band to apologize. Cool. All right. With that, we're gonna cut to break real quick. After you all have defeated the Murderoid, which is
Murderoid.
it's a original 2E Spelljammer monster. So
Really?
That was just
Yeah.
not even from my messed up head. That is just a straight
Dude,
up
you
2E
keep
monster.
throwing these weirdest ones that you throw at me are always the original ones.
Yeah, I know.
It'll-
It's because
it-
Spelljammer's
it'll-
weird.
Yeah.
It's so
It'll be like,
good.
this is a parrot that's part book and it knows all languages and most unknown languages. Cool. Is
pretty
that
good
a
stat
homebrew?
block,
Nope. Original. 87. First print.
All right.
The paratoid.
We're gonna go drink, pee. We're gonna drink, pee, and then we'll be right back in less than 5. We can do it, team. Less than 5 minutes, we'll be back. And before you head on to Glyph. All right, see ya. All right, so we find you all here, easily defeating this huge stat block that I had to throw at you.
That's what
no
you get.
Problem.
Listen, that's what you get for leveling us up.
I
Truly,
throw
one
my
of these days,
trowel at
when
the
I
creature.
TPK you all, when I TPK you all, I'm gonna make a compilation video of all the dangerous encounters that I threw at you that you all like squeaked out of and be like, "Sorry, I had to challenge them."
All the times we deserved it.
Yeah.
Or we just ran away from your stat block.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad that I'm scaring you all this much because you should be scared. So
You're scared.
you come back to the ship and you see, like, now the mouth is just kind of like hanging open, just as like a slack jaw, and it's like clearly an asteroid with just a huge mouth. That's all that this is. And Talon is like, oh boy, we killed a Murderoid. We killed a Murderoid. This
My
is just,
gosh.
you guys we're gonna be legends together, she says.
Why is everything always trying to eat us?
Space, there's not a lot out here,
Always.
so things have to eat, you know.
It's so frustrating. I just wanted to get fresh vegetables.
As he
I know,
says
that's-
that,
I also still have Detect Magic running.
the Moonboy's bats shoot their way out of the eye of one of these things, of this thing.
It doesn't have eyes.
Let's say
so,
a nostril, a pore.
again, nothing but the mouth, so it can just come out of the ground. It can just burst through the ground, no problem.
Pore.
Yeah, pore is good.
Thanks. And shoot back up to the Moonboy, who his moonish possession seems to depart, and he once again blinks back and he's like, cool, we did it. And these things all land on him. He has 8 small bats at his beck and call for the next hour.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, I'm K.A.I. Hello, I'm K.A.I. Hello, I'm K.A.I. Hello,
Jennifer,
I'm K.A.I.
Juniper,
Hello,
Grangeley, Chesterton,
you must be Flurgus. I heard Flurgus earlier.
Flurgus, Portsmouth, and the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, that's you could do that. So you all look around and you see Besner sitting your little mechanical hummingbird sitting on your shoulder, Kai, just with her little mechanical wings crossed, like looking at you, like and looking at the bats and looking at you and looking at the bats and kind of like ticking.
Do you want to turn in combat, Bessner?
She shakes her head. No. And she
I can do it. I can do it every combat, but I've been not doing it so that the DM wouldn't have to deal with it. Do you want me to?
Do it!
I can.
She puts up her little tiny thumb and she's like, and
Right.
she's just
Strap
kind
a
of like,
knife to Bess.
You're going to start taking the help action.
Put a gun on
Hope
it.
you're ready.
gun on it.
If you love it, then
Yeah.
you better put a gun on it.
There it is.
Man, every DM's favorite sentence. Can I put a gun on that?
Are there guns in this universe?
That was one of the first questions I asked.
Hey, listen.
there are. You've encountered them.
I know. I'm
That's true.
proficient with them, technically.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
So,
It's just the problem becomes, what is a gun in a world where you can shoot bats at someone, you know?
It's 1d10. So yeah,
There it is.
that's why humans are less than 1d10. Just like regular old people. So I'm sorry, I'm very annoying. But
You're wonderful.
Kai's, your detect magic is still up, and there's still a shimmer from this thing's body. And Talon, over the edge here, I'm going to make sure she knows this by rolling a check. Yep, I got a 19. She goes, yeah, we can harvest its skin. We can harvest its skin for
Sure.
a couple things. She's like, you could probably make something out of it, Kai.
Ooh, good idea.
Yes, or we could just eat skin. Come on, let's go.
I mean, it just comes off at rocks. You chisel it, like you like mine it, but it is the
Moonboy's
hide of the
already
beast.
going.
Yeah.
Let's take a few minutes and mine some murderoid skin.
I think, yeah, is it like, so the ostensibly there's just like a planet here, right? Now?
Yeah, it's about a
It's
mile
planetoid?
across. Yeah, so it's just kind of floating there. You can see like the blood start to like be dripping out of it. It's just like a carcass of sorts.
I'd like to buzz the captain and be like, Captain Goliath, this is Starman. We're going to board the Murderoid. Do you think, this just popped into my head, if this thing eats ships, should it maybe have a bunch of ships in its belly and treasure? He does it like 3 times.
I'll let you all make that call. I'm soaking my feet.
Are you all right, Goliathan? Took a pretty big...
Yes, I also, I hope you're alive down there.
Yeah, it's just jarring. It's more of like a headache than an actual wound.
Sure.
So I'm okay, but yeah, y'all can do whatever you want. So you can do a history check with advantage because you both have both Goliathan weighing in on this and Talon weighing in, as she knows what a Murderoid is. So you can do a history check with advantage. And Kai, if
Is
you
that
want
me
to
or
do
Moonboy?
Moonboy, sorry. And then
21.
Kai, you can do 21. Great. You can do a nature check. Also with advantage, as I imagine Moonboy is coming with you to help you extract what you need to here.
Hell yeah.
With the 21, it doesn't.
25. Flash of genius. 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so Moonboy, real quick, you know that it doesn't eat ships. It eats organic beings, but they are known throughout space to be a thing that takes ships down hard because of their size and like trickery. And Kai, I think this is I don't want to give anything specific here, but I think that this is something, as we've been talking about the specifics of your arcane crafting, you now have some rocks that are the hide of a Murderoid, and it seemed to be able to innately cast hallucinatory terrain. And I'll send you the full sheet of what it can do. And so if you want to take that and somehow utilize that in crafting, you can. This is kind of like you tell me how you think you should use that when you're making something, but
Sure.
just kind of put that in a box
Cool.
there. as they are like bold, like
Man.
bits of connected boulder, so they're a bit hard to lug on. But you can have, since you rolled a 32, you can have 2 charges of that. Basically, like 2 bits of hide.
If we're gonna start crafting, then we're landing on every asteroid. We're skinning every bull weasel. We're harvesting every jub fruit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 100% sure the Moon Girl will still be there if you can.
No, everyone go out and bring me 31 rotclaw spines.
I remember playing
Go now.
Gotham Knight or something, where Batman has been pricked with an awesome disease, and he's dying actively. But every once in a while, he's got to go get this Riddler trophy. The Riddler went to all this trouble because he set up a little puzzle. You get a different cape.
And this has been Jordan's analysis of comic books. I love it. We can
That was
do
a
it.
video game. But go ahead.
A video game? Okay, sorry. I don't do.
See,
comic
back
book
in my
reviews.
day, we used to play games video style.
Yeah, you all have this from the skin of this thing, and you kind of like take a moment to assess. There's really nothing else around, and unless you want to do anything else specific, you can kind of get to go. And as Goliathan is said, he's recovered, and you all can head on.
Could we?
Sounds good.
Do we want to?
Do you want to climb down inside, take a look around, see what I may have swallowed?
Are you asking the Moonboy?
Does it swallow things, or does it just crunch them up?
I think it's
Have a
It
stomach?
sounds like the wreckage that we passed is probably wreckage from this. I wouldn't think there's
yes.
full
that
ships
makes
in
sense.
there.
Maybe there's more ships out there somewhere. Plus,
Yeah,
I don't. I mean,
You rolled super high on the history check, right, Moonboy?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it eats organic beings. It doesn't eat
Sure.
ships
yeah.
specifically. It makes sense that the past ship was something crunched by this,
Right.
and it seems like this was a younger version of one of
Damn
these
it!
things.
Why does it seem like that? That sucks.
Oh no, it's
The hell
it
out
was
of
a
me.
baby.
There's much
Oh, we
bigger
killed a
ones.
baby Murderoid.
It was going, mama.
That's fine. I just don't want to see.
You know that a
Mama.
group of Murderoids is called a crow?
Nice.
End it. End the stream.
My nose is bleeding.
Wait, that's
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the crush.
okay. So, I don't think so. That sounds like a foolish risk, says the
Sounds
Moonboy, covered in
stinky.
8 strange parakeet things.
Well, the Windrider didn't want to be the one to volunteer to go down, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Pocket. Have a snack, high and tight. Come on.
Goliathan, I think it's time to jam on. Right, guys?
I agree.
Yeah, that's Big 10-4 on the jam. Over.
I realized earlier that I may have said this wrong, but I just want to establish that this is the last day of travel. You don't have to sleep through the night
Oh.
here. That was, yeah.
I just realized I could have called the Allsaw Spelljammer.
Retcon. Cha-cha-cha. Retcon. No, wait, you'll upgrade it. Work on upgrading it till it's
Yeah,
stable.
okay.
I don't think it can ever get that. It's like already the ultimate flavor.
Listen, but it's not stable. He can stabilize it.
Just so you know, both times with the murder joke and that one, Case has rolled the credits of our show. Just so you know.
I love that so
We've
much.
done good work here today.
That's so good.
But since I said it wrong before the fight, and also not to mess with the plot of what is in front of you all, I will give you. We can kind of like roll through a quick sleep. I'll give you a free like long rest.
Party.
And we could just call it like a boring day. After you've defeated a murderoid.
What a boring day.
Just for like.
K.A.I tried to make pancakes and they were terrible. I tried to bring those bats back again, but half of them were deformed.
Malzor's like, I thought the pancakes were pretty good.
Thank you, Malzor.
You know.
And Klik pupated right there on the deck. It was terrifying.
Where? She's just... I will definitely spend a bit of today attuning to the omnipathy engine.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you and K.A.I want to talk about what this is?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it on stream last time, but just the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would feel like an opening up of your sort of psychic abilities, and you would feel more connected to them.
It's like taking
So-
mushrooms.
For Chad, who wasn't here last week, it's like a bronze circlet. I'm picturing it kind of as like a collar on my existing bronze like top piece that just kind of like chunks into the top of what I have already, and it has
Sure.
little pistons and with crystals, sort of like around the back of my neck. I think is where it goes, but it's to help.
Like plugs
focus
into the back of
psionic.
your head.
Yeah, I'm picturing it like I mean, I have this like the mask with the tube and the speaker, so I have like a bronze plate on my chest. I think it's just like
Connects to that.
it's one step closer to being Robo-Klik.
Yeah. Man, I liked it a lot. Like, you're just like building out the mechanism a little bit, and there's this nice moment of like, you know, your arcane construct friend is like giving you like literally not literally, but like pieces of himself in some way, because you're like making this thing,
Helping her install it, basically. This might sting a little bit. You know, we might be able to link the translator to your psionics, so you don't have to wear such a bulky mechanism.
You mean I could eat and speak alternatively?
Both. Yeah, I think so. I think that would probably be doable.
Sure. That would be awesome.
The Moonboy kind of tugs on K.A.I's shoulder and is like, you've like seen her like eat and stuff, right?
She'll pull like some crisps from breakfast out of a pocket and just like tuck it behind her and yeah.
It's like, I'm just wondering if maybe her wearing the thing isn't a bit of a blessing. We don't have to see what all of the clicking's about.
Well, might be a little more comfortable.
All right, that's fine. Maybe I'll start wearing one.
Good idea.
Okay.
We'll work on some kind of robotic engine for your head. You don't have enough going on.
We're gonna get Moonboy a feed bag. Is that
Clicks.
just
get
a
him on
pickle
Adderall.
barrel that just chunks onto your mouth?
But I'll help you get it.
Just a helmet, like a space helmet, but it's just filled with pickles floating.
The brine.
The brine
helm.
chamber.
The brine
Mr.
helm. Yeah.
Mr. Freeze, but with pickles and
With
vinegar. Yeah.
Mr. Pickle.
Ew! Oh
He's a pickle,
no,
Mr. Freeze. All his powers are pickle related. Anyway,
Mr. Pickle.
As
I'm going
Moonboy is
to-
like interrogating K.A.I about what he could do possibly for him to have.
I'm going to finish sort of attaching the omnipathy engine to Klik and getting it dialed into her brain and
Just inserting a
Making
plug, just
Yeah.
a regular one.
it
Into
should turn on. You should feel it working now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a whoom, and you can just feel the slightest tingle of your psionic energy just like reach out. It's like a good stretch almost, where you feel a little looser with the effort it takes for you to
Yeah. She's
use this mental energy.
I think she takes a second to calibrate and just antennas flicking about to sensing the air and movement around her, and it's a little bit more awareness of both sort of your own presence in space, but also the space everybody else is taking up.
Yeah.
Basically, it sort of zeroes a young maniac fighter into finding a use in her own intelligence. It's a little confidence.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Yeah, just a little of that angst slips away.
Just
And yeah, as you're growing into your own too. Like this is kind of you've felt your abilities grow, your bond with this group grow, and it's just like a breath of fresh air today after you've fought this huge thing that Talon is just going on and on, kind of about how scary and wild they are, and that kind of translates a little bit to hyping you all up. Talon's like, holy hell, you guys rule. Like, this is awesome. Like, we're kicking ass together. We're going to do this. And, so, I mean, and it is nice, too, as you're floating through empty space to think, like, yeah, we found this big thing. We went against this big thing, and we're still doing great again. And, Flute, are you up to anything in particular, kind of in this day off of the cruise?
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
Guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
truly, it can. I like the idea of a boring day a little bit on this, as you don't have anything. Nothing shows up for you all to fight. It's just kind of like empty space too.
Yeah.
And
If I could talk with Malazor about Mind Flayers, just to chat with him, because I know that we're gonna encounter or probably run into them on this planet. If Malazor would want to feel like chatting about that.
sure, yeah, he spends as much time as he possibly can in the kitchen, kind of like not like pestering K.A.I. Maybe I don't know if he's pestering you.
That's
or not,
where we're
but
at.
he's- Yeah.
We're doing important stuff in there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And
Pull out a couple of colored marbles and encourage Klik to move them around with her mind.
Sure.
Try the red one. How's it feel?
Mal-
you
Malazor-
might get some discomfort, disoriented a little bit.
Malazor
she'll
interrupts
just
you and
attempt
is
to.
like, "Can you eat those or no? Can you eat them? I can't. I want to. Oh no. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to.
They're made of glass. You could.
I will show Malazor some delicious, various pickles. I will show him the difference between a half sour and a gherkin and what kimchi is all about, and I'll show him the basics of fermentation as explained to me by K.A.I.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, as you're showing that to him, he's like, "Man, this reminds me of a pickled brain," and that's kind of like your intro, Flute, to be like. He's like, yeah, like mind flayers. Sometimes they'll like pickle brains and eat them.
Guys?
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Have you?
I thought they just like ate them. I thought they just like right out of the head, you know?
Well, they
Like
do.
an
It's the
oyster.
same thing as.
Have you seen a mind flayer?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Really?
Well, like
Yeah.
at the zoo, like, you know.
No, they're sentient beings that would not be caged. They're very powerful and dangerous, and well, at least the ones I've met are.
I saw one at
And-
the zoo. Might have been a giraffe.
It's possible. I don't know what that animal is, but I would love to hear more about it. But yeah, we should be super careful if you guys are gonna go bump up against mind flayers. I don't know what.
I think we should try not to.
We don't have to go encountering any mind flayers. Now, honestly, I feel like we're saying it an awful lot, isn't it? Can't you conjure them by saying it too much?
What,
Like I
mind
heard that
flayers?
somewhere. That's again. Why?
Now, I
No,
studied
they're
things like
called
this. That's not
illithits. Illithits.
That's okay. Now, stop. What are you doing, man?
What?
Come on.
Oh,
All right.
Sorry.
Well, you're the one who's going to have to, you know,
I got distracted looking in this
deal
mirror.
with me when I'm all riled up and can't sleep tonight.
Looking in the mirror.
I have taken the red marble from Kai's hand and just sort of floated it over to mine, and now am attempting to chase Clack around my head with the marble, just sort of tracing a pattern and practicing with small objects mostly.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get it a little wrong and they'll bump up against each other,
Yeah.
but it looks like they caught.
Sorry.
It looks like
Yeah.
they caught each other, so it's fine. Yeah.
Brain bug.
Does Flute have any specific questions for Malzor? I mean, he's just kind of like, yeah, they're gross and dangerous with their practices of eating brains, but if you want to know anything specific about them, you can ask him.
Can they be reasoned with at all?
No, there's no talking to him. And Talon's like, well, I mean, the colony's like specifically trying to change their relations with the rest of realm space. She kind of like interrupts as she has walked into the room, and Malzor's like, not when not 100 years ago. And she's like, well, that has changed specifically since then. The colony is branching out more and has kind of reached a treaty with Mungabwe, and so there's
Traditionally, the "we will kill you and eat your brain" school of foreign policy is a difficult one.
I mean, that's why we have to be careful when we go there. That's why people don't. This is a farther reach out into the world, because there are lots of people who are uncomfortable with the fact that the larger organizations that work here now kind of deal with the colony and work at the colony.
What is when you say colony?
No, that's like the name of the organization of the diplomatic mind flayers.
Oh. Sounds scary.
Yes, I've
I
never
dislike
even
them.
heard of such thing.
Who would do business with them?
I guess
Well,
people with a lot of brains to sell.
Well, I mean, it's kind of they've been granted the ability to kind of have freedom for what they do on Haven and Glyph. Haven being the moon that we're not going to of the planet, and with that, because they're kind of keeping their own and not trying to, fully take over everything that is here, there has been more trade between them.
Yet.
Yes, but isn't what they do eat people's brains, and sometimes put slugs in their brains that turn the people into other illithids?
And don't they enslave people and stuff?
Yeah.
They definitely have. I mean, I don't know why I'm defending mind flayers.
I don't know why you are either.
I'm not on the team. I'm just like playing. I'm just. This is.
You're being weird.
I'm just explaining the diplomatic struggle that we're in right now. God damn.
You're getting all lives matter on the illithids.
If K.A.I and Flute would like to do insight checks, you
Yeah, I
absolutely
do.
can.
God damn these.
I got an 8.
I got a 12.
A what?
12.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna set the DC with her check. Okay, yeah. I mean, she just seems kind of like grumpy about having to talk about this, and she's like, "Look, I don't like mind flayers. I'm not a fan. I don't like the colony. I don't want to work with the colony. That's specifically."
Is this Talon?
Yeah. This mechanical armed human
Sure.
who is on the ship with you all, kind of like leading you to her contact on Mungabwe, the moon of Glyph. And she's like, we're just going there because that's where my contact is, to find out where the moon girl is. And I'm just saying that we can't roll in there being like,
Oh, judgy about the brain eating and stuff?
yeah,
Okay.
they have, the colony has a treaty. And
So, should try
guess
to.
I-
We should just avoid the illithids.
I guess I didn't realize we were going there. Is it like a place where we can avoid them, or are we going to be like, hello, nothing, no brains here? Will they be everywhere? Is this a planet of illithids that we're going to?
I don't know. When I left last time I left Mungabwe, there were no illithids on that moon. All of them either they control all of Glyph, and they have a outpost in Haven, the other moon. There's 3 moons, but one of them is more of like, it's called Polluter. Don't worry about it. No one gives a shit about it. But
You watch your
talent,
mouth. All
like
those-
talent says.
Polluter?
Polluter is the third moon. She's like, it's more of a comet. It orbits Mingabwe, so it's kind of like a moon of a moon. So people don't count it as a month.
In moon culture, these are very special. A double moon.
She takes a deep breath and she's like, I mean, we're not going to be there very long. None of this matters. We're just going to go. We're going to talk to the contact, and then we're going to leave. So I don't know why
about to
you all
get
are
there,
really
right? Aren't we like
yeah.
super close?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, in fact, let's just say this is the morning. You know, you're having this conversation in the morning of the next day, so you can take a long rest here. And you, as you're having this conversation, there's a click again of the ship just going out of terminal speed. You just feel it doesn't move anything around. It's just you can feel the difference in phase here, and there's almost like an orangish glow coming from out. You all are in the kitchen, so like into below deck. There's just a small aura of orange.
Can we go investigate?
Absolutely. And Talon's leading the way. She's like, "Oh, we're here," and she runs out on top. And you, with the rest of the crew, who as far as you all know, the Dinger has never gone to Glyph, and you see this huge orange planet. It looks like you can see storm clouds all over it that are just kind of like murky, but there's a strong orange glow. And I will show you the art that we have of the planet. This is like straight up what you see as you go to, as you come out of terminal speed here. You can see, and you can look and roll 20. I will put it in there as well.
This is Jeff Tice.
And this is Jeff Tice. Did another beautiful piece for us. Just too good.
Drawing is the taste. Follow us. Worship
Yes. He gifted subs tonight. He's a true hero and friend of the chat. And
He's
this is our
better than
own
a hero.
Yeah. I didn't even do it on purpose. Yes, he is. This is our own original version of Glyph, and
So good.
Yeah.
You don't learn. You try writing 37 recaps without using the word hero.
It's good stuff.
So yeah, this is the planet. And Talon points out, she's like, yeah, that's Polluter, and that's Mingabwe.
I assume Polluter is this
The chonky boy.
coal-looking chunk.
No, that's just a floating asteroid.
That's
Polluter
just Polluter's.
you can
Polluter's
see
the
down
little
there.
one zipping around the moon.
Yes. Yep.
It's
There's
the
moon.
clack to the. Got it.
Truly.
Okay. I was like, the trash one? Is it the trash? Because it's called Polluter.
That's what I thought too.
Right. Totally.
Um,
Pokemon rules.
No, so as you're this is the scene that you see here, and another thing you see, kind of like in this from the trash rock, as it's turning around and it's floating by, you can see a large opening to it as the ship is now. You are entering the orbit of this planet, like slowly. It's taking time to do it, and you can just see a glow coming off of the trash rock that seems to indicate there is life on it. And Talon's like, yeah, that's Haven, it's the main military outpost of the Mind Flayer colony. It's all inside of there. So we should steer quite clear
Stay
of that.
far away from there.
And
Excuse me, but sneezed my headphones off.
What? So,
yes. Sorry, I found out the chat is talking about doing prints of Jeff's art from the stuff that he's done for us. And Jeff is in the chat, and he said yes, as long as we're cool with it. Are you kidding me? I want to make prints of this so I can hang it on my wall. I think
I have
all
so
of us
much
have.
Jeff Tice art up in my house. I'm ready
no
for
bones
more.
about it. My screensaver and my desktop are both Jeff Tice. Better
Oh yeah, you can
that's a big
literally
saying
see.
right there.
You can see Jeff art from here.
No, I'm the bigger Jeff Tice fan. No, I'm the bigger Jeff Tice fan.
I want to sit next to Bubby.
So, Yeah, I mean, this is what you roll up on. Yes, we're going to make prints of this. We absolutely should. They're amazing. They're so good. So Talon is going to say, like, to you all, she's like, yeah, the ship can steer clear, kind of like stay out, but enter these large rings of the planet that is Glyph, and you can just see this rumble and churn on the atmosphere of the planet. It seems to just be like there's like a thunderstorm you can almost see, and if you can see it from here, it means it's huge, the lightning that is happening. And you float closer and closer to this moon that is being orbited, and Talon's like, okay, so there's one dock here. There's only one, because there's only one settlement on this moon. What's our plan of approach? Are we just landing and see if anyone messes with us, or?
But
I
if
mean,
they don't,
you're the one who knows the area.
I mean,
What do you
I'm just
recommend?
saying, like, I don't think we have a choice besides risking some notoriety. Maybe word has come of who. I mean, you guys fly around in a golden ship and killed one of the most important people in this universe. So,
look,
Well,
Who, me?
say it that way.
things happen.
I'm not
Mistakes are
judging
made.
you. I'm just saying I want to make sure that you all know that there's only one dock here. So we can try something tricky if you all have any ideas, but besides that, we just got to float it down there and
No,
look
that's
tough.
Maybe your contact could meet us on the ship.
Yeah. Do any of you actually does she have which one's sending and which one's message? Which one is the one you can talk to anyone? I always get them mixed up, and I'm gonna have to look it up.
Message is cantrip,
Yeah.
and sending is
Sending
not.
is the one I think you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Third
sending
level.
20. Yeah. Okay. Cool. She just. Oh yeah, she does have it. Never mind. Nope. It's a wizard spell. She's not a wizard. She's not a cleric, and she's not a bard. Does anyone have a sending spell?
I can speak
Not I.
telepathically with somebody.
Yep.
But you do have the sending. You shouldn't. It's just bard, cleric, and wizard. I think, unless.
I don't have the spell, but I can speak telepathically with somebody.
Yeah. Okay. She's like, yeah. I mean, when we get there, absolutely, I can send word for her. I just don't have any magical means of like telling them my contact right now to beat us.
All right. Well, it sounds like we have to dock then,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
right?
Well,
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what our other options are.
I mean, if we take a second, I could.
Is there regular meridian track to this port?
I mean, they're a rare crew. I'm sure there are elves here. I'm sure there might be some floating members of an elven armada. I don't think that there's. I would be surprised if there were specifically meridian track people here, unless they beat us here. You know, I would be surprised if there were people already posted up here before everything went down.
Well, I suppose if there's only one port, we'll know if they beat us here, won't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, short of sending some sort of message, sending word for them to meet us somewhere, I don't see what alternative we have.
I mean, if we take another day, I could talk to some of the local wildlife and get word to
We
our
don't have
friend.
an extra day, though, do we?
We don't, but let's just land, you know? I mean, there's
Those
no...
bats are long gone, right? Yeah, it's been more than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never
I
mind.
mean, I can send Bessner.
If
we
we're
get
gonna land,
close.
I will be casting the bats again, just for the record. I might cast something different. I can summon different elementals. Yeah, I mean, I think we land. I think the moon girl is down there, and she might be in trouble.
Yeah.
And Talon pats you on the back. It's like, it does. This is. I mean, I think, you know, we could try and find some subterfuge. We could scout the area out, but I think the fastest way and the closest way to getting us to that moon girl is just rolling in the front door.
Let's just leave.
Also, like,
the
that's going to
trading
maximize
flag
the
up.
amount of information that we have going into this, right? We'll know if they beat us. We'll know sort of where our trouble lies, I think,
Sure.
if there's not
there
another place for us to land.
Is there any way Goliath could drop us off and go hide with the ship?
Yeah, I mean, he could leave. Like, you could drop just the crew off, and then he could go. Where would you? This is just kind of like out of game, a little bit of plan. Like, where are you thinking he would go?
Where would would the ship
Holding
be
pattern?
safer in a holding pattern than it would be? I mean, it'll be undefended if we're not. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Just
Yeah, especially
Spitballing.
floating around in orbit with the same
don't-
orbit as a Mind
Yeah.
Flayer military outpost.
with no.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you all can kind of just like float down. You know, the ship is just like gradually moving through this orange scene, and getting closer and closer to the moon as you've kind of like steered clear of Haven, this kind of like darker, larger rock that looks more like an asteroid, but has this glow that is clearly like some sort of civilization is within it. And as you're getting closer and closer to this small moon, you can see a soft glow on it as well that almost looks like a snowy town or something, but it's not snowy, as it's just like this desert expanse for most of this moon. You can see polluter around it, rotating, orbiting the moon itself, and you know why it's called polluter, because you can see this big long tail coming off of the moon as it's going around. It seems like leave a cloud of decaying dust behind it, and this golden ship is just sinking on toward this outpost here in the middle of dark space, and you can see the town, what looks like a long strip with a lot, like the biggest buildings that you can see, almost like a main street, and how it is kind of sprawled off of that. There are many like streets and buildings going off of that. It looks like veins in either direction of just like streets and towns. But at the end of it is clearly what is the dock of this area, as you can see reservoirs and that have ships sitting in them that are more formed like yours, that are water ships that have been repurposed for spelljamming. But you can also see some what looks like a mosquito almost, or a fly shaped ship. You can see one that kind of looks like a wasp, as well as you're getting closer, and these dots all over as the ship is heading toward the dock become more and more clear that they're, and you can see it looks like a marina of ships. There's about 8 ships out front, and yeah, there's a dragonfly ship that you notice that looks just different than the usual one. There's galleons and caravels that kind of look more like the Dinger. There's the one that looks like a wasp, and there's one that looks like a flat, almost like crawdad, where it has like a flat body and then an expanding sail of a tail on the sides of it as well. And so yeah, so there are some weird ships here. There are some, what you would normally clock as regular spelljamming ships here, and you do not, from just, I'm not even making you roll for this because you're rolling into the dock. It's not hard. There doesn't seem to be like any hidden places. People are just either parked on the ground with different ladders going up to it, or just like, like those airplane car type of contraption.
Sure.
Or the ships are actually parked in what look like man-made bits of water that are designed for spelljammers to land in them. And you can see people moving about on the dock. There's humans, there's dwarves, there's you can just see all different types of folks kind of bustling about at their jobs. You see it has a very like rough feel to it, like it's just like a fishing town almost. As one of the first people you see is a human who is just like carrying a huge thing of rope, and he has a bandana on, and he's mooring this dragonfly shaped ship almost to one of the docks. And yeah, I guess like if you have any specific questions about things you're looking for or things you're trying to keep track of, you can ask about that. But this is Mingabwe.
The Moonboy is filled with questions about mind flayers and how people can trust these predatory creatures and where the brains come from if they're not ripping them out of people's heads, and what brains taste like, and can we eat brains? Would we feel okay about it? Etc. etc. He seems pretty keyed up about this whole thing. He doesn't seem as familiar with mind flayers as maybe everybody else. Maybe like he's only read about them in a book or two.
Yeah, it's like over asking Talon questions, maybe like a couple of repeat questions. Yeah, I like that. As she seems actually, I'll let you, because you're doing that, and I love that flavor. Let's have you do another insight check on Talon if you could.
Oh sure.
What's our objective here, Talon?
I swear to God,
14?
Harlan.
14.
Flash of genius.
Hahaha, 19.
Yeah. Wait, Kai, how are you giving him Flash of Genius for an insight check for Talon? I'm totally, it absolutely can happen. I know it. I just want to hear the mechanic of that. Like, what does it look like for Kai to do that to a nervous Moonboy?
I think, Moonboy just has internal motherly Kai monologue happening
Truly.
in conjunction. Kai just sort of chimes in.
WWKD. He's got a little bracelet on and he looks at it and he's like, what would Kai do? Right.
And in that calming moment here, and like Kai kind of just comforting you and you getting a bit more clarity, when you stop feeling nervous, you can tell that Talon seems very nervous. She's like wringing her organic hands and just kind of like bouncing a little bit, like rocking on her feet. And
I bring it up. I mention it. I'm like,
I haven't been here in a long time.
This is all legit, right? We're not going to get down there and get my little moon brain sucked out, am I, Talon?
No. I mean, I don't think so, but I just haven't been here in a long time.
You just went from 90 to 75% right there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have plenty of faith in us that we're not going to get our brains sucked out. I'm just...
You do seem very nervous.
Talon, if I get my
this
brain
conversation
sucked out, I'm going
is
to be so mad at you.
happening, I'm going to slip my hand in my pocket to this worn copper piece, and I'm casting Detect Thoughts on Talon.
I love it when you cast Detect Thoughts, Andrew. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
I'm not doing the deep dive. I'm doing the surface dive, so I can tell what's immediately, like, on her surface level thoughts.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Talon, I'm not accusing you of anything. You just are always so calm in the face of danger. I don't understand what makes you nervous about this.
In fact, you say that, and when you say that, that's when your spell goes off, Flute, and she seems socially anxious. She seems nervous in a way that is not like a danger adrenaline rush, but is more of just like, God, okay, so, all right, and kind of to herself in her surface level thoughts.
Is the contact an X?
So, like...
Oh, man.
So not like a deception nervous, but a social nervous?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Klik is... I'm looking over the side and trying to see how people are receiving us, what kind of attention we're getting, specifically just from people on the ground. Passers-by, anybody who's actually coming our direction.
Sure. You can do a perception check if you'd like.
Yeah.
Let's see who's not.
Dirty 20.
All of you are involved in that movement. Okay, cool. Look at that. You don't
Love
even
to
need
see
anything.
it.
When the ship is like cresting the point where you can see other people on the ground and they can see you and you can like maybe see what's happening on their faces, people have kind of stopped to watch the ship land. Like people who are working have stopped to watch. People on the other ships have stopped to watch. Your ship kind of garners attention sometimes because it is a golden ship, but not like this where it's just like the whole, like everybody almost are stopping to look at you all. And yeah, so it seems like people are noticing, but no one's running, no one's taking like any sudden action or anything. It just seems like people are watching you all.
I like that the golden ship catches their eye, but there's like a platypus ship right next to it. That old shit.
That looks
That
like
crawdad ship? Who cares? That's all right.
Oh, that one's the
Diamond
Oscar Mayer Wiener ship.
There's like 12 of them. It's cool. Yeah.
They
Yeah, so
don't
you're-
sell hot dogs. It's crazy.
when Goliathan sets the ship down here, this large kind of bandanaed man walks up to the edge of the ship, and Goat walks to the edge as well, and she's like, yo, we're just gonna need to dock for a day, right? Are we staying here overnight? She kind of like looks at you all, and she just has to make arrangements for being able to dock here.
Tell them we don't have any brains.
We'll pay for as little time as we can.
Okay. He's like, if you're not staying overnight, then okay, should be easy. And yeah, you can no problem just be docked here in this spot. You can see about 6 ships that are within 100 feet of you all, and it seems like pretty normal. There's no like crowd or anything forming once you've docked. It's just kind of like he nods, and she exchanges costs that I'm not going to calculate right now, and the Talon is like, yeah, so she's like goes up to this guy and she's like, do you know I'm trying to get a hold of Aldous, and he goes, the guy goes, oh, he knows you're coming. He's been asking, and so I already sent word now that I saw the ship that he described coming in. And Talon's like, sick, amazing, thank you. And in fact, not like as the docking processes are happening. In case if you want to throw up the art that Jordan has done this week, you see floating along this dock within less than 10 minutes of you all being here. You're not even fully done with like the docking. Kind of like Goliathan has come out on deck with you all as well. Now that the ship is secured in one of the ponds that have been dug, you see floating along this very pale blue-white humanoid-looking being is literally floating towards you all. I will put the art up in the Roll20 so you all can see it too if you're not looking at the stream. It's amazing. I love it so much. But this is the being that you see floating towards you all. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yes.
Look at
So
him.
good. Thank you so much to everybody who came
Incredible.
out
Look at that
in
brain.
the art stream.
Yes. Jordan
That's
made
so sweet. Great job.
Get this guy finished. He came out really good, and that's totally just a Rubik's cube. So
Yeah.
come
And
at
he-
us, Rubik.
He is with his legs crossed. You see this person floating toward you all, and you hear Talon, and you see Talon relax too. Talon's like, oh, okay, and she's like, Aldous, I'm so glad you got my message. I'm so glad. And
Fabulous little fellow.
yeah, he floats over, and he's about Flute's height from the eyebrows to eyebrows, maybe a little shorter. He just looks like a short human, except for his huge head that is there as well. And
It's kind of princey.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if
boy.
Prince got pumped up with a bike pump.
Sure. Also, I just remembered that is not a Rubik's cube. That is a Slovak shape. No.
Okay, cool.
Slarvig
now,
shape. How about
now
that?
we can't get sued. It'll be great. And he floats over and he's like, Talon, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news, I got your message and I'm here and it's lovely to see you. The bad news is your sister wouldn't tell me the location of the Moon Girl. She says you have to go speak to her herself if you want information like that.
Sister.
Your sister?
Moon, you
Talon-
said you knew where the Moon Girl was, and now my
Okay.
brains are going to get sucked out.
Hello, would you like some tea?
Oh, he kind of like opens his eyes and looks at you all, and it's like he's looking around and seeing you all for the first time, and he's like, marvelous, marvelous.
He's
Please
a
do come
fancy
aboard.
Man. I didn't know that.
You are stupendous, I must say. Truly.
Thank you. Have you is this your first time coming encounter with one of my kind?
I believe it is, in fact. And what is the name of your kind?
He kind of grins, and he's like, oh, we're an Ortling.
Ortling?
Ortling.
Earthling.
Ort.
And your
Ort.
name is...
Ort, he says, making his
Aldous.
mouth really big.
And
My name
Earthling.
is
What a stupid name for a planet.
Aldous. I'm Aldous the Ortling.
Alvis the Ortling. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
He puts his little hands up to his head, and he says telepathically to you, Aldous, A-L-D-O-U-S. And
Oh.
Klik, you also hear in your voice too, with him not looking in your head too, without him looking at you, and he says, psionics with you too, I see. Wonderful. Yes, come. He says, let us all go to the Demon Slayer and have a drink, shall we?
Is that a location or a person?
Yes, it is a tavern. It's the main tavern of this area. There's another restaurant.
Will our ship be safe here?
Safe it
That is a
would
good
be.
question.
It's the safest that it could be anywhere in the near vicinity.
Will our brains be safe here?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you, I don't know, like don't trip and fall and crack your head on a rock and get a concussion, or
Right.
have a large boulder dropped on your own head.
Sure.
You must be sure to do mental exercises as well if you're not getting enough work. If you're not entertaining yourself, you can also hurt your brains that way.
Right. I meant our, the mind flayers. About.
Yes, I will not, I, as a community leader here, would never speak illy of the agreements that we have at with Haven and Glyph. So, maybe if you have more questions, we could find a more private place to speak in a way that my responsibilities are less adhered to.
Sure. In fact, I know of a bar called the Demon Slayer. Why don't we go have a drink there?
He looks over at Talon, and she's like, she rubs her face, and he's like, you didn't fill me in on how funny your friends were. It's like, it's like it was a rush thing. I had to tell you quickly that we were coming. She goes, okay.
Oh, a local tavern.
Come. So, and if you are going with this, with Aldous the Ortling, to the tavern here on Mingabwe,
Certainly.
we can call it this session here, and we can pick it up next time.
Then we're not going with him. We're gonna keep playing.
Stay
We're
here and
not
we're gonna play
going to bed.
D&D.
We're staying here in space.
Good. Yes, you all have made it. You have made it to another
made
planet.
it.
This is the second planet you all have gone
Great.
to in this campaign, and I'm so excited for you to be here. So
Same.
every time you all almost get to a planet, it's the most work I have to do as a DM, because I'm like, the planet.
Sure.
It's a planet. So, but I'm happy that you're here. So,
Yay!
yeah.
Mengabwe.
Merry
Cowboy.
Glyphmas.
Merry Glyphmas.
Oh my god. Cool. Yeah. I mean, that's it for this week. Thanks everybody in the chat. So many people hanging out. I feel like every time we do
Thank you.
combat, I just get to talk to chat less because I'm focusing on other things. But thanks for being here. Does
We
anybody else
love
have any other
you,
announcements?
chat. Shout out Big Top Productions.
Big top.
Making
We
things
have
happen.
a Patreon people could check out. It's pretty great. They can play
Yeah,
D&D with
subscribe to our
us.
Patreon. If you were subscribed to our Patreon prior to the changes to our Patreon, please resubscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah, I posted. Thanks for chat's encouragement too. I posted the pursuit rules that I used in the last session in our Discord too. So if you join our Patreon or subscribe to us here on Twitch, you can come peek at those and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
I'll
Heck
send
yeah.
them to you.
In the stat block on the meaty Murderoid is in the Discord as well.
Yeah,
The Discord
Lots
is
of cool stuff
legit
in
a
there.
lot of fun. Also, if you liked the art that you saw here today, you can come to twitch.tv/RazorLou, and usually on Saturday or Sunday I do Arter Than Heroes, where you can help us create the monsters and the characters that you see in there, and you can have a little input on the world, and usually Harlan stops by and says, no Uzis! Stop giving everyone Uzis!
We had a good time this week too. It was fun
That's
to
great.
kind of like do it together too. That was fun.
Totally.
was
We got
fun.
his little strange rune in there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I gave
nice
I gave
touch.
the chat a lore hint. It was fun. Also, if
Shout
you
out
don't,
his John Waters mustache.
oh,
His
I know.
John Waters mustache!
Yeah.
I'm
It is
obsessed
very
with it.
John
It came out so perfect.
I left my tiny little fake mustache today just because of the John Waters mustache, so it's not real. I can't grow facial hair. But
I
that's
love
that.
it.
Also, if you do not, Jeff
That's
is
great.
in the chat. He's gifting you subs. He's drawing his the taste.
Oh, yeah.
He did our amazing art, which you can see on screen right here, right now. It's so good. Our original art for Glitz. So make sure you go follow him on Twitch, on socials, and also Every Map's a Story. Who, thank you, Yessie Cow, for putting that link in the chat as well. Every Map's a Story
Yeah.
did the monster mouth asteroid today as well. So.
Art
And
from
we have
4
Jason Wardell.
amazing artists tonight, if you count
Yeah.
Jason Wardell.
So good.
Which we do.
I hit him up
Yeah.
with. I was telling him that we were going to be at Glyph today, and he was like, "Don't worry, I've already been working on prepping like what Glyph sounds like." And I was like,
Yeah, that's sweet.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It was great too. We see you out here. We noticed.
Love it.
That was a wonderful orange moment.
Loved it. Anybody have
Alright.
anything else to pitch?
No, not today.
We,
Take care of yourselves,
we have,
take care of your friends, stay
10
hydrated.
candles coming up,
Yeah.
Harlan, something like that.
Yeah, we're going to be
Yeah.
doing new streams. We don't have a new game on the calendar right now, but we do. Our guest on the dungeon this week is Jordan with a PH. He's coming back to talk to us
Oh,
on the dungeon
yeah.
about some of the stuff he's been doing on his channel and just DMing in general. So Thursday's going to be fun for the dungeon. So
Sweet.
Watch all of our stuff. Subscribe to my
Watch everyone's
OnlyFans.
stuff.
Case, get us out of here.
I don't
Get us
have
out of here
one.
quick.
I don't want to get us
Subscribe to his
banned.
OnlyFans. It's just him punching a pie.
OnlyFans.
Hey, some people
You
are
can
into
post
that.
anything you want on there. Did you know? It doesn't have to be porn.
You can fill a trombone with whiskey and
I'm trying so hard to think of another pan joke, but I can't do. I don't have another AN word. So, Case, please.
Pansexual.
Only pansexual. Yeah, that's yeah. That's
Nice.
still just OnlyFans.
Yeah.
All right, Case,
Only
please get us out of
pants.
here. Get us
Only
out of here.
pants.
Do it. Thanks, y'all. Have a good.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes.